What's up,
Quack.
motherers? Today, we are doing, a random crap.
No, we're not.
really.
We have a topic.
You're right. We're doing hot takes.
Yes.
I don't know how many we're going to do.
Controversy.
How many? Yeah. I don't know how much we have. I don't know how much. I don't know how it's going to go. We're going to do this as long as we can, and then I have a story idea for later. But.
Okay.
Okay, I got one hot take right now. Mug is the best root beer.
I disagree. I think Culver's root beer is the best. I don't know what type of root beer it is, but they have the best root beer.
I actually agree. I couldn't think.
Have you never?
I couldn't say the name, so I just said Mug. I thought it started with like a D or something. Or
Culver's?
Oh.
Have you ever been to a Culver's?
Actually, I think I'm wrong. It starts with a B. I'm thinking of the Barn
Barks.
Barks. That's the best root beer. Barks
I
is
think
the
that's
best
how you
root
say
beer. Hot take.
I think Culver's has the best. You've never been to a Culver's, so
Probably
you can't
not.
really say. But I disagree with that hot take. I have a hot take that is very, very common. It's a common hot take. I feel like
Okay.
I see this hot take everywhere.
Okay.
Pineapple is good on pizza.
I agree.
I don't have it on everything, but I like a good Hawaiian pizza. Ham, pineapple on pizza. It's
Yeah.
not bad.
It's great.
People act like it's a crime against humanity. It's just pineapple on pizza. It's just a topping. People eat anchovies on pizza.
You're right.
Like, that might be a crime to humanity.
Hold on a second.
That's not a very hot take, though. Why do you have socks? Oh, you're not wearing socks, are you? Hot take.
People love my feet.
Okay, that's a hot take right there. If you don't know what a hot take is, if you haven't gotten it by the context, a hot take,
Yeah, I have to cut this out.
what? No,
I'm putting socks on.
you don't have to cut out you putting socks on. You can just blur your feet.
I don't know how to do that.
Okay, just do it anyway. A hot take is an opinion that you have that is not shared by the wide majority of people. Most people don't agree with it, which is why I say that pineapple on pizza is a fairly common hot take. I'm not a very minority. That's not grammar at all. But I am not in the large minority. I am in a large minority, if that makes sense.
That's
Lots of
incredible.
people like pineapple on pizza. is what I'm
Dead
trying to
cold
say.
take. God is real.
That is a cold take. In fact, most people believe that.
Most people believe it, but not a lot of people live it out.
True.
Did you know
Just
the
depends on
statistic? Did you know the statistic for Christians who believe everything in the Bible is 6%?
6
6%
of all Christians.
of all Christians believe everything in the Bible.
That's crazy.
Learned that at youth group.
Ah, interesting. It's a low statistic.
That is. Doesn't mean like only 6% of people are going to go to heaven. It's
I
just
wonder.
6%
I
of
wonder if
people-
there are some people in the 94% that don't believe everything in the Bible. I wonder if they believe only certain things in the Bible are true and others aren't, or if they're just like it's just a book.
I don't know.
I feel like you can identify as Christian and not believe that the Bible is true,
It's like you can
but
identify
then
as
you just won't be a Christian because Christian means you follow the Bible,
Christian means Christ-like, but yes.
basically. Christian. I think it means like little Christ. We're getting all religious here.
Yeah.
Christian means little Christ. And if you're a Christian, it means you believe in Jesus. And if you believe in Jesus, the Bible is the words of Jesus. So if you don't believe the Bible's true, then what are you believing in? Just some guy?
Some guy who walked around 20 million years ago.
20 milligadillion years ago?
Yeah,
That's
dude.
a lot longer than he walked around. It's 2,000 years ago. This little guy.
Yeah, this little guy.
Look at the Jesus.
Little Jesus.
It's a little Jesus.
That's pretty great.
We got the little Jesus here.
We do.
We do. All right.
It is
Hot
pretty
take. What's another hot take?
Pizza's better than burgers.
That's not a hot take.
Yes, it
Lots
is.
of people think that pizza's better than burgers.
Okay, well, I don't know what hot take you meant.
I literally just explained it.
I know, and I didn't know
Hot
that
take is an
until now.
opinion that you have that is not held by the wide majority of people.
Frick. Well,
So, an opinion that you have that most people don't agree with.
okay. Burgers are better than pizza.
Okay. Most people would, not most people, a lot of people would probably agree with that. That's just a food opinion. I mean, I did just say a food opinion with the pineapple one.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe these aren't all hot takes. Maybe some of these are just like, I don't know. I guess I don't know what a hot take meant.
You might just not know what a hot take means, and you're just like putting hot take in front of a statement that you agree with.
Probably am.
Well, then I have another one if you want to think of some.
Go for it. I'll try.
Hot take. Porn should be illegal. Porn should be physically illegal.
Physically?
Illegal, yes. Production of porn should be like very illegal.
Illegal.
Extremely illegal. Felony.
Felony.
Bad. Go to jail for a long time.
That's a hot take.
It's a hot take. I know, right? Because I'm saying it should be against the law. There should be a law against it. Here's the thing. It's bad for you. It's addictive. Some people don't say it's addictive. It is addictive. It is bad for you physically, you know. There's lots of problems with it. It's bad for your mind. It's bad for your body. You know, it's not good for you.
Why did you point so low down?
I said mind, body, and my chest.
No, you went down.
Okay.
You went down yonder.
Listen, this is a family-friendly Christian
No, it's
podcast. Okay. Okay. I am talking about porn right now. It's bad for your body. It's addictive. And it hurts the people that are being used in it. People are exploited in porn. It's not good.
It's not. I agree.
There are people who are doing it against their will. There are people who are being trafficked. There are people who are just being manipulated into it.
Yep, indeed. It's not great. It's definitely no way.
And the Bible says it's bad. So
that's the only reason you did.
not everything that the Bible says is bad should be necessarily illegal, though, because people should have a free reign to make certain choices.
Free will. But
I think that porn is just a bad thing for society. It's just not good.
it's corrupted.
And anybody who says that it should be legal is just coping because they want to watch it.
I agree. It's pretty good.
That was a hot take right there.
This might not be a hot take, but sausage is better than bacon.
Oh my gosh! I'm laying my life on the line right here, and you are just. Sausage is better than bacon. Those are just both breakfast
I got a hot take.
meats.
I got a hot take.
Okay,
The Fred movies are good movies. That's a hot take. That's a hot take.
that is a very hot take right
Dead
there.
cold take.
That is a
Fred.
That's not a cold
movies-
take.
The Fred movies are good movies.
That's not a cold
Not
take.
by production wise, comedy. They're funny movies.
They're not funny.
I think they're funny.
That's
movies.
why this is a hot take. Do you know what a cold take versus a hot take is?
Cold take means it's not even a hot take. It just should be the thing. It's the thing.
Cold take means everybody agrees with you.
I know. It should be.
Nobody agrees with you. The Fred movies are bad.
Fred movies are great.
They're bad.
They're fun.
The guy who made them looks back at them and says they're bad.
I don't think he said they're bad.
Yes, he did. He looks at them and he goes, "Oh, what was I doing?" He cringes. He dies of cringe because they're bad.
They're funny movies.
They are terrible movies.
They're pretty.
If you don't know what the Fred movies are,
watch them.
probably too young, or you just weren't on YouTube at the time.
Too young.
Probably too young.
Okay.
They came out a while ago,
They did.
and a lot of people they're out of style now. Nobody watches the Fred movies anymore.
I watched them the other day.
Yeah, you watched them the other day
They're
because
good
you're a
movies.
child
They're great movies.
at heart. You're a child at heart.
They're good movies.
The Fred movies are bad. The Fred movies are
You're just
bad.
looking up hot take. Okay.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm looking to see.
I think I failed my hot take.
Oh,
Okay, I might.
I have a hot take that I agree with.
I might
It's
have
good
a
one.
hot take.
I'm just looking for inspiration. Go ahead.
Stranger Things is the best show. Is that a hot take?
I wouldn't say it's a hot take
It's a
because
warm take.
it's a lukewarm take. It's just your favorite TV show.
Stranger Things is like the top show, the best show.
I wouldn't say it is.
Easily the best.
I wouldn't say it is the best show above all other shows.
Okay, hot take.
There are a lot
Stranger
of
Things is
good
the
shows.
best show among all shows. Number one.
That is a hot
anime,
take. That's a
live
hot take.
action, all shows. Period. Stranger Things is the best show.
See, I disagree with that because there are a lot of
What's
other
better,
shows.
Rick and Morty.
Rick and Morty's better.
Rick and
for
Morty's your
one.
favorite show.
That's easy. That is my favorite show, but it's also just better. It's longer.
It's longer,
The
but
jokes are better.
Stranger
The
Things-
story is arguably
There is
better.
no
Stranger
story.
Yes, there is.
There's
There's
a
a
story.
literal storyline that goes across the entire seasons.
There is, but it's more of like
It's a longer storyline.
It's more of like a new story every show. type
Well,
of show.
it's episodic, so it's not as linear as Stranger Things is. But there's a story that goes across it. It's also goofy, so it's like
It's
I don't
pretty
know. There's lore that goes through the episodes. Like if you
There's lore in
watch
Stranger
through
Things.
the show chronologically, you're going to get a story that goes through the entire show. Stranger Things is very linear. Stranger Things also the plot is kind of just mid. There's a couple twists that make it interesting, but it's not like a crazy plot.
Well, the show has all
The plot
the
is-
show also hasn't ended yet.
Still,
There could be a huge plot at the end.
okay, still,
And
it's like
there's still good plots.
there
There's good
is
plots.
plot. I'm not saying it's bad plot. It's just there's not much. It's like monster shows up. Oh, well, there's a girl with mind powers. Oh, they find out there's spoilers. They find out there's a lab.
Yeah.
Oh, all this. There's a couple
Big
twists.
spoilers.
Like, oh, who's Vecna? Oh, wow, twist.
That was a twist.
That was
a
surprising.
twist.
That was a twist.
That was
I
a
did not expect
beyond
who it
twist.
was. I'm not going to spoil it in case somebody hasn't seen season 4 because it's still too soon. Probably.
No, it should not be too. I mean, it's
Okay, not
it's-
everybody thinks Stranger Things is a pinnacle of TV show media.
That's-
I don't think that Stranger Things came out and everyone was like, this is it. Nobody's made anything as good as this.
I did.
Yeah, because that's your opinion, and I think it's wrong.
Okay,
I think there are other better shows.
that's okay.
Like there's other types of shows, like anthology series, like Love, Death, Robots, like Black Mirror. I think is kind of an anthology series.
I don't
Like
even know what that means.
it's like they're short stories of each episode. They're not connected episodes, but it's a show made up of short stories basically. So Love, Death, Robots is basically it's a bunch of short films, short like 20-minute episodes. Oh, Secret Level is another great anthology series, where it's basically just short, unconnected stories that all share a certain theme. Love, Death, Robots, they all are either something to do with love, death, and or robots. Secret Level is all video game themed.
Interesting.
Yeah, those are great. I love Black Mirror. I love Love, Death, Robots. I watched all of that. There's also great animes. That's not really American media, but anime is good.
Okay. What was your thing that you found?
iPhone's overrated.
iPhone's overrated?
All Apple products are overrated. That's what I'm going to say. I'm going to go through them. iPhone is overrated. They are not built to last. They are built to break.
But they're
The
good.
only thing that's good about them is that everybody has an iPhone and they're built to work with other iPhones, as well as the fact that they're built to work with Apple devices. But again, Apple devices are overrated. Android is better. Android is better because it's open source. People can make their own Android stuff. Everything else is Android other than iPhone. That's good. Second thing, Apple devices are overrated. AirPods, they're just earbuds.
They're good.
They're just earbuds that work with iPhones. That's all it is.
But they're not.
You can just get nice earbuds. You can get those somewhere else.
Good. You could. Yeah.
Apple laptops. You can get better laptops that are PC laptops.
I think laptops, yes.
Like computers in general. Mac computers are good if you literally don't even want to think about what you're buying. If you just want to go, I need a computer that I can do work on and I know nothing about electronics. Buy an Apple computer. It's so simple because you literally just buy it and it's there. You can do the same thing with a PC, but it's like more issues, I guess. You have to know a little bit more about electronics and tech and stuff to use a PC, but it's like if you just get an all-in-one, you'll be fine. And I think it's better. Apple is just like convenient. If you're just done with electronics, Apple's perfect for you.
Thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome.
You're so nice.
Apple iPads. I'm
Pretty
going to
good.
say Apple iPads are pretty good, but there's also just good tablets. Like Samsung tablets are really good. The good ones. They're a little more expensive. iPads are up there. iPads are not bad. I will say iPads are pretty good.
Apple Watches are good.
You can just get a better watch. You could just get a Fitbit.
Fitbits.
You could just get a Fitbit.
Fitbits. do
Same
not-
thing.
No, they're not.
Just the same thing.
They're so not the same thing.
It's the same thing. It's just less expensive. Doesn't have a fancy little screen on there. It's like, oh, am I? Wow,
can-
now I can be addicted and scroll TikTok on my arm instead of my
You
phone.
can't scroll TikTok on Apple
Okay,
Watches.
you get the idea. You can
But
be
you can
addicted.
call
to,
and you can text.
you can be
on
addicted to your
watch.
hand instead of your phone. Great. You can call people on your Apple Watch. Hello, hello, can you hear me?
Why did you turn British all of a sudden?
Hello, I'm British because I'm stupid and I use an Apple Watch.
Wow, hot take. Brave people are stupid.
Hot
I'm
take.
kidding.
That's just a racist.
I'm kidding.
That's just racism.
Okay, I got a hot take.
Okay.
Most anime sucks.
Most anime sucks.
80% of anime sucks.
80%. Good lord.
99% of anime sucks.
99%.
The
You
only-
just got worse.
The only good one is Demon Slayer.
Okay, that's because it's the only one you've watched.
Okay, 80% of anime is bad.
You haven't even watched any other anime.
80% of anime is bad.
Okay, you just think that 80% of anime is bad because you haven't seen it.
No, I think it's bad because it's bad. So is this a disagreement you're having right now?
Yes, I'm disagreeing with you because
I want you to name.
you haven't experienced it. You can't say you don't like something you haven't experienced.
I've experienced it. I've watched Demon Slayer.
That's it, and you said that was good.
Yeah, it was good.
So 1 for 1.
So 99%.
So 100% of anime that you've seen is good.
99%. I've seen a lot of other animes.
Like what?
I've seen.
Name one.
What's that movie we just watched the other day?
Your A Silent Voice?
A Silent Voice.
That was a great anime.
50% like anime.
That was a great anime. You just didn't get it because it was about mental health, and your mental health is like as shallow as a puddle.
Take it back.
No, that's a hot take. Hot take. Your mental health is shallow.
Hot take. My
I don't know if that's the right way to say that.
My mental health is great. My mental health is so
okay,
good.
Sorry. Your
Health.
understanding of mental health is shallow. You just go.
I understand mental health.
I'm high on life.
What?
And that's it.
I understand mental health. I have mental problems.
Yeah. I'm dark. My mind. The deep insanity twisting its way into my soul.
This guy
crushing me from within. That's you.
This guy's crazy.
That's you.
No.
That's you.
No.
I have mental problems. You're fine.
The alpha's coming out.
Trust me.
Hot take. The alpha's
We live
coming
in the
out.
same room. Trust me. I think you're fine.
I know I'm fine.
Yeah. So you don't have mental problems.
Exactly.
You just said you did.
I just have ADHD and autism. Hot take. Autism.
You're so fine.
So much fun.
You're so fine. Sorry, I'm saying this as an outsider, but just trust.
What?
You're so fine.
Baseball, huh? I don't know what it means. He's been saying it
Baseball,
the past week, and I don't know what it means.
Yeah. Baseball, huh?
I don't get it.
You can't use it if you don't know what it means.
I know, but I could.
Okay, your take was that anime sucks.
80% anime.
And you have seen one anime show and one anime movie.
Yep.
And the movie was great, you just didn't get it.
It was okay. I liked it.
You just didn't get it.
Liked it.
You had no idea what was going on because they were talking about depression.
I mean, I got it. I got what was going on. I just didn't I knew it was about mental health. I just didn't understand like all the concepts about it.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. You didn't get it.
You
You didn't get the nuance and the depth of what was going on. If you've seen A Silent Voice, which our audience probably hasn't, but if you have, you know what I'm talking about. It's a good anime, and it's very deep. Demon Slayer is also good.
I think the spoilers. Well, not really spoilers. I guess it is spoilers. The plot twist that happens at the very beginning of the show is insane. Of Demon Slayer.
Of Demon Slayer?
That was cool.
Of what? Where he just gets his family dies?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
that's crazy.
Spoilers.
Yeah. Hopefully when the movies come out, we can go see the movies.
Movie. Oh yeah. That's
So
the
instead of them being seasons, they're coming out with movies. I don't know if
When's the next
I
one?
thought they were going to come out in theaters this year sometime. I believe.
Cool. We should go.
We should. Yeah. Demon
Slayer's
Slayer's
good.
good. I think you need to watch more anime. I think I can
Maybe.
get you into some good anime. JoJo's is
Which one's
good.
next? We should watch Death Note.
Death Note is also great. We could watch Death Note. I think you'd enjoy that one. That one's more like intellectual.
I don't know what that means.
Intellectual?
Yeah.
It's
Does it mean,
more
like, mind?
thought.
More thought?
It
Okay.
makes you think.
So I was right. Okay.
It doesn't even make you think. It does a lot of the thinking for you, but it just like makes you feel like you're smart when you watch it.
Oh, I should watch it then.
Yeah.
that.
You definitely need that. That's crazy. All right. Your hot take was anime sucks.
80% of it.
Because I feel like I didn't have time to put all these together.
Okay, I have a hot take. Unless you don't want one. Yeah, this might be a little bit of a sloppy-ish episode with how...
There's one that says podcasts aren't worth. Apparently, this hot take is true. Podcasts aren't worth listening to was the hot take, and
It's an insane hot take.
I don't agree with it.
I don't agree with that hot
I
take.
love podcasts.
I like podcasts.
What was
Not
your hot
even
take?
just because I like this one. Not even because we do one. I just think I like... Just genuinely like podcasts.
Well, yeah.
Podcasts
Well,
are
you
good.
wouldn't be doing one if you didn't like podcasts.
That is fair. Bryce Crawford is a great podcast.
He is good. He's a good Christian podcast.
He's a great Christian podcast.
Yeah.
I like that one, and I like Ryan Link has a good podcast. Definitely not Christian at all. Quite the opposite.
And we were literally just earlier talking like, Red and Link aren't Christian. That's crazy.
I know, because for those of you who don't know, which I know, especially one person will, Rhett and Link are YouTubers, and they do a YouTube like TV show channel thing.
Yep.
The morning show, whatever. It's Good Mythical Morning. They used to be Christians back in the day. It used to be evangelical.
I believe it's evangelical Christian, but
I know
don't
that.
quote me on that.
That's what it is.
They were Christians.
I heard it. I know that's what it is.
Or they were professing Christians, and they did missions.
Yeah, they did mission trips. They were like professional Christians, as Rhett put it specifically. and they did missionaries and they did mission trips and they were going to lead their own ministry and everything like that. And read this book. I mean, it's not a diss to him. You can believe what you want. If you're watching this podcast, Rhett.
He's not.
He is. Anyway, this is not
okay.
a diss to him. This is just we're just talking about it, right?
Yeah.
He read a book, and apparently in the book, don't quote me on any of this, but I'm pretty sure it was like the fact that the book said that God created animals in seasons and not in
days.
Not in like what was it, the third day, the fourth day?
Whatever
day he made the animals, that it wasn't all then, that he made animals within seasons, and he saw that those animals were bad, and he made better ones, and I think what he said the book said.
Okay.
And that was like the first domino that fell, that made him think, okay, well, if that's not true, then how much else is not true? And then he went on like a spiraling.
Yeah, and I've just never heard of that.
I haven't either, and I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's what he said because I watched it just the other day.
Yeah. I don't have Genesis memorized, but the creation story I don't think says that it's made in seasons. Could pull out the Bible right now.
I have a Bible in my hand.
You have a Bible in your hand. I have a phone in my hand with the Bible app on it.
Wow, but this was better.
My thing can change.
What?
My thing can change translations. I'm in Song of Solomon. Song of Solomon's a crazy book of the Bible. It's called Song of Solomon because I'm in King James Version.
The creation of the world. Where does it say the animals?
NASB. Genesis.
Thursday God rested. Okay. Well.
Genesis 1 in the beginning. Let there be light. Where's the animals? Then God said, let the waters teem with swarms of living creatures, and let birds fly above the earth in the open expanse of the heavens. God created the great sea creatures and every living creature that moves, with which the waters swarmed, according to their kind, and every winged bird according to its kind. And God saw that it was good. God blessed them, saying, be fruitful and multiply, and fill the waters in the seas, and let birds multiply on the earth. There was evening and there was morning. So I guess he created birds and sea creatures on the fourth day. Then there was evening and there was morning. Then God said, let the earth produce living creatures according to their kind, livestock and crawling things, and animals of the earth according to their kind. And it was so. He made the animals according to their kind, animals of the earth according to their kind, and the livestock according to their kind, and everything that crawls on the ground according to its kind. And God said, it was good.
What are you reading from?
Genesis 1.
No, I meant
NASB.
What is that?
New American Standard Bible. What do you have? NIV?
English Standard Version.
ESV. That's good. Just different translation.
I thought the new one was bad.
There's a couple that you did want to steer away from, like the New World Translation. That's the Jehovah's Witness.
Isn't that what you're reading right now?
No, NASB, New American Standard Bible.
New American Standard Bible.
NASB is a common one. A lot of people use it, that I know at least. Yeah. There's NIV. There's New American Standard.
Anyway, so we got on a tangent. What did it say?
It didn't say anything about things being created in seasons. It just said that he created animals.
We said he created sea creatures.
He created sea creatures and birds on the fourth day, and then animals, and then livestock, and then men on the fifth day. It looks like.
When you said
on the
what phrase did you say over?
I don't know exactly.
As they are, or like multiply as they will be. And then,
what?
Let me see real quick.
Go for it. This turned into a Bible study. Hot takes into a Bible study. For real.
I want to make a podcast about Bible study. That'd be fun. God created man in his own image. God created man.
Is that your heartbeat?
Mankind according to our likeness.
What the heck?
Over the fish in the sea, and over the birds in the sky, and over the livestock in the earth.
I don't know.
And every crawling thing that crawls, so earth, God created man in his own image.
Because I don't know what he's doing.
In the image of God, he created male and female, and created God blessed them, and let them be fruitful and multiply, and fill the earth, and subdued it, and ruled over the fish of the sea, and the birds in the sky, over every living thing that moves. And so behold, I give you I lost it.
Oh no!
According to their kind, and the livestock according to their kind, and everything. What does according to their kind mean? That's what I was trying to say.
According to their kind.
According to their kind, like
he created things according to. Well, let me see.
Because the way sounds makes it. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. It's a live deconstruction. I'm kidding.
A live deconstruction of the scriptures.
Oh, me turning not into Christian, but
What? What does that mean?
nothing. I was joking. I said that
Let me do
as in their kind.
just NIV, New International Version. I think according to its kind means
Mine says according to their own kinds.
I
and
think
trees
it
being
I think
fruitful
it
and
means that he created the different types of animals and then created species. Like how I've heard it explained is like he created like horses, and there's different species of horses and different types of horses, but they're all horses. Then he created dogs, and there's different types of dogs like wolves and hyenas and all those canine things, but they're all part of like one kind almost.
Yeah.
That's how I've heard it explained. And that's why like when Noah had the ark and everything, there were 2 pairs of everything that went into the Bible. It was 2 pairs of every kind. There might not have been 2 pairs of every single species of cat and dog and
So
everything.
and how did the species turn into species? How are the cats?
Probably from like natural selection and adaptation. Probably there were a lot of like say there's 2 types of like mountain lions that go in the ark. They have babies. Those babies have babies. You know, they spread across and they go into different areas. And in different areas, different, like say some of them go to a rainforest and some of them go to like the Sahara. And maybe in the Sahara, it's better when they're bigger. So as they do it, there's could be some slight mutations where, you know, this there's some that are born bigger and some that are born smaller, and the bigger ones survive and the smaller ones die. So now you have more bigger cats. And then they go to a rainforest and say that it's better when these cougar things are leaner and smaller and thinner, and so the leaner ones survive and the bigger fatter ones die. And now you have leaner, smaller ones in the rainforest. And so different species.
Interesting.
I don't know if that's how it works. I'm not a scientist, but I mean,
I don't know.
you know, that's how it kind of works with
I'll look it up.
with different people.
Interesting.
And different animals.
Okay. I don't know how much I'm gonna
You know, we've seen that though. Like we've seen like birds that will go to there's like an island and there's this argument that people use for evolution because they have these birds and they have studied over time how their beaks have like changed size. But I don't think that's an argument for evolution from like nothing. I think it might be an argument for natural selection, which I think is true, but I don't know about evolution.
Interesting.
A good example before we go back to hot takes is say you have moths that live in a forest and you have some white moths and you have some brown moths and you have some blue moths, and all these moths, the word moth has no meaning now, all these moths go and land on trees to try to hide during the day so that they don't get eaten by birds. The white moths get spotted by the birds immediately. The birds fly down and eat them. The blue moths also get spotted immediately because blue is very easily seen. Whoop, birds come, eat them. No, there's no white moths anymore. There's no blue moths anymore. They all got eaten by birds. Guess who survived? The brown moth, because he blends in with the tree. That's how natural selection works. It's just things that survive better will survive for longer.
Makes sense.
Anyway.
Humans are so lasting so long.
Also, we're smart.
Some of us.
Some of us. We're smarter than...
Yeah.
We're smarter than, chimpanzees. Except for you, but...
Yeah. Another side rant. Wait, what?
I said we're smarter than chimpanzees, except for you.
Another side rant. Another things that Rhett... One of the big things that Rhett... Why he deconstructed is that some of the DNA strands and stuff are the same as humans as in gorillas, or...
They're similar. Because, humans and primates are pretty similar.
Yeah.
So a lot of people will use that to say that humans actually came from apes.
Which doesn't make any sense.
Which, I mean, I can see why, because we have similar, like, they have 4 limbs. Okay, that's stupid. They have like similar like body types to us, and their DNA is pretty similar. But I think a big a big thing of why it doesn't make sense to me that they would have evolved is consciousness. Consciousness makes no sense to come from apes. Apes are not self-aware, conscious. Like, they're just animals. They don't think like humans do. We have like souls, basically. We think completely differently than every other animal on the planet. Even the smartest animals, like dolphins and octopuses and like all those animals, they might be smart and they might be able to open a jar, but they're not conscious. They're not like they're not like humans are. And you know, it might be because we just have big, powerful brains, but I don't think so.
Who knows?
Who knows? And also, animals don't have morality. They just do what fits with their instincts.
Interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, side rant.
Yep. Side rant. Anyway, hot takes. Let's get back to controversy. No more religion.
Whoa.
Gross. Just
No,
kidding.
what
Just kidding.
the
Just
heck?
kidding. Just kidding.
I think I have one. This might not be a hot take. I'm just fun hot take example because I don't know what it is. You should dye your hair at least once in your life. Just dye your hair a different color at least once in your life. Like,
It's a hot take right there.
I'm gonna say it even more. It should be like an exotic color, like not like brown or blue or black. Like it should be like pink or red or green.
I'm gonna say my hot take then. You should shave your head once in your life.
I've done that.
Bald.
I've shaved my head before.
When?
What?
When?
You know, when I was younger. A while ago.
When you had short hair?
Sure.
You should shave your head from long hair once in your life.
Maybe I will.
Maybe you will.
Who says I won't?
You?
I never said I won't.
Yes, you will.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
You did.
My exact words.
You say it all the time, I'm not going to shave my head.
My exact words are, I'm not going to shave my head now, but at some point when somebody has long hair, they want to shave it off. And I probably will at some point.
I think everybody should shave their head when they have long hair, at least once in their life, because
Maybe I
it's
will.
very freeing. I don't have to worry about my long hair anymore. I don't have to worry about brushing it. I don't have to worry about keeping it looking nice. It's just short hair. I just have to get a haircut now.
I like long hair.
I can tell.
Long hair is fun.
Hmm?
It's just
So your hot take is that I should dye my hair once in my life because you've dyed your hair. And my hot take is that
No.
you should shave your head because I've shaved my head.
I think you should dye your hair just because it's fun.
I think you should shave your head because it's fun.
I never said I won't. Maybe I will.
Maybe you will.
You should dye your hair. You should dye your
Maybe
hair.
I will.
And I'll shave my head.
I probably won't dye my hair
Loser.
because it's bad for your hair.
But you're going to shave it anyway.
What? Well, it's bad for your hair, like follicles, since your scalp.
No, it's not.
It is.
Not if you dye the ends of it.
If you bleach your head and then dye it,
If you
it's
dye
not
the
good.
ends of it.
What?
If you don't bleach your head, you can just dye the ends of your
Well,
hair.
I don't want to just. If I'm going to dye my hair, I want to dye my whole hair.
Do it.
No.
Loser.
Okay.
I'm kidding.
Anyway.
Jinx, you owe me a Coke.
I don't owe you no
I'm not
drugs. What
talking
the
about
frick?
drink. Oh.
I knew what you were talking about. You need
Baby Jesus.
some of this right now.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I love you, Jesus.
Oh, so nice. All right, let me think of some. Okay, chill. Need to think of some hot takes.
I think of some hot
Maybe
takes.
think of some-
By thinking of hot takes, you're just gonna look them up.
I'm going to look at some. These are so bland.
Controversial hot takes.
This says fashion hot takes. I miss bootleg jeans from the first time around.
I got one.
That's
that might
not
be
a hot take.
This one might be.
Hot take. Crop tops are the best. What?
I might have a hot take.
Okay, what's your hot take?
Staying up late is better than waking up early.
Whoa.
I agree with this one full-heartedly.
That is probably not scientific.
What?
I think waking up early is better because you have more morning time, and morning time is better than nighttime.
I disagree. I think being in the dark is funner for me.
I can tell.
Why?
Because you like to keep it dark in here. You like to
Yeah.
keep this like a goblin cave.
It's nice. I don't know. I think mainly. I don't know. I don't know. It's nice being dark. Like one of the things I love doing. This might sound stupid. Is laying in my bed when it's pitch dark and just being on my phone. I'm like playing a game or watching TikTok or watching YouTube or whatever. I just like laying in my bed when it's pitch dark with my phone. It's like calming to me. Or playing movies. Playing a game.
Interesting. Hot takes.
What the frick is this?
Some things that are boiling hot that no one agrees with me on. What does no one agree with me on? Oh. Alani is good and not just a white girl drink.
That's
'Cause
yeah.
apparently some people think it's a white girl drink, and I think it just tastes good.
You know what's funny?
What?
I know 2 girls that are white that I work with that drink Alani.
It's not just a white girl drink.
I
And
agree.
I'm not just coping. It's a
I'm
decent
not
drink.
just coping.
It's a good drink.
I agree.
I don't drink it all
I
the
think
time,
Alani's good.
but like they have good flavors. And the only other people that I know that drink it are also white girls. But I'm not a white girl. I'm just a white guy. And I like Alani, and I think it's good. And there's someone watching this. You know who you are.
You know who you are, and you're a guy, and you like
Who
Alani.
said okay, no, I was going to say who said that they were white girl drinks, and they're
Oh.
not. They're good. You know who you are.
You know who you are. Who are you specifically talking to?
I'm not going to say, because they know who they are.
Okay.
They know who they are.
Hey, I found one on Reddit. It says
You found
watching
one?
porn decreases your social skills and makes you objectify women.
Yeah, that's
So,
true.
I agree.
It's true. It's not good.
Huh? Women in
Should be
porn?
illegal.
What? This is next thing. He said, what?
What?
Someone, okay, he said watching porn decreases your social skills and makes you objectify women. And somebody said, my butt talks. No. And the username was my butt talks. And he said,
Oh.
huh? Question mark, women? Question mark, in porn? Question mark, what? With 2 A's and 4 T's. I never saw a woman in porn. What are they talking about? I watch porn when I'm bored for time pass.
Okay, we don't need to go through the
Hentai
Reddit
heaven,
thread.
me
We
kinda
don't
fucking-
need to go through the Reddit comments about porn.
Bro spitting facts. That's what he said.
Okay, all right.
No, these are good.
Let me think of a hot take. Oh,
I don't
no,
watch any
no,
movies.
that's
They're
not really
so
a hot
crap.
Oh, yes. Most horror movies are bad.
Most horror movies are
Most horror movies are
bad.
trash. Garbage.
What?
Most horror movies are terrible. They're just recycled jump scares. They are just unoriginal plot. And they are just someone came up with an idea for something scary and stuck it as a template on a horror movie concept. There are exceptions. There are good horror movies. But just because something is scary doesn't mean it's a good movie or a good horror movie. Some people will disagree and say that the only purpose of a horror movie is to be scary, but I think that they should also have a good story and characters and stuff.
Okay, I got a hot take. That one's pretty good. Wait, I completely zoned out. But
And I know you like horror movies, so I don't know how you feel about it, but most horror
I think
movies
a
are
lot
garbage.
of horror movies are not that great, but a lot of them are good. I agree.
I'm gonna say
I kind of.
I'm
agree.
gonna say 90% are trash.
I kind of agree.
90%.
I kind of agree with you. There's a little spider for you.
It's not even
Taking a
spicy.
shower every 2 to 3 days is perfectly acceptable.
That's
Respectable.
That's a hot take. You're gonna be stinky and dirty. Dirty and stinky.
Dirty and stinky.
Dirty and stinky. Stinky and dirty.
That's every 2 days.
You said every 2 to 3 days.
Every 2 to 3 days. That's
Every other day is questionable.
I don't know, every other day.
You don't have to shampoo your hair every day. In fact, you shouldn't shampoo your hair every
You
day.
shouldn't.
But you should shower at least. Get wet. Wash off the gunk.
Go.
The gunk. Clean out between your cheeks.
I don't know.
Wash out the deodorant so you're not double applying
Double applying.
deodorant. If you're double applying deodorant, it's a problem.
Interesting.
Yep.
I'm trying to think of another hot take.
I
I don't know. I thought this might be a hot take for some people, but cars are better than trucks.
wouldn't say that's a hot take for me. I wouldn't say I hard disagree
Or maybe.
or even hard agree.
Maybe not
I'd say
maybe
it
cooler.
depends.
Cars are cooler.
Cars are cooler than trucks. I agree with that. My dream car is not a truck. It's a car.
I agree.
My dream car is not a yeah.
So
Okay.
my dream car is not a
my
truck.
dream vehicle is a car.
Yeah. I don't know. Cars are. I don't know.
I think cars are cooler than trucks. Some people like trucks and they're good utility wise, but the cars are cooler.
I agree.
If I want to pick up a chick, I'm not picking her up in a freaking Ford.
I mean, hey, Fords can make cool cars.
Fords are not good. Chevys are better.
Wakanda Forever wasn't as great as everyone made it out to be.
Wakanda Forever, I never even watched. I heard it was not good.
I never watched.
I heard that it was
Oh,
Well, Wakanda Forever came out during the time that Marvel was on its decline. So, Marvel declined after the Infinity War saga.
dang.
After Endgame came out and No Way Home, it just kind of fell off. WandaVision was kind of good. Loki was kind of good. All the other shows. Miss Marvel, bad. Moon Knight, bad. Not good.
Mm-hmm.
Just bad. Agatha all along, no.
Oh, I got a hot take.
Okay.
Are you done talking?
Yeah, go ahead. I was just
DC
complaining.
is better than Marvel.
Whoa! That's a hot take. We just got hot in here. Oh my
DC
gosh.
is
I need to
better
take
than-
off. Okay.
DC is better than Marvel.
That's crazy. That's insane. Name one DC movie that's better than a Marvel movie. One DC movie that's better than a Marvel movie.
Deadpool.
That's a Marvel movie.
Frick. Spider-Man.
That's a Marvel.
I'm kidding.
Okay, you're dumb.
I'm kidding. I meant maybe not movie specifically, superhero-wise.
Superhero wise?
Yeah.
I think
Flash.
Flash is
Batman.
Marvel has Flash. Marvel has Batman.
But they're DC people.
No,
Joker.
they have their own versions of them.
Yeah, well, that's stupid. DC did it first.
Joker's, in my opinion, kind of stupid.
Joker,
He's just
Batman,
a guy who laughs.
He's cool. The movies are cool. Joker, Batman.
Well, if we're talking about movies,
Superman. This is freaking sick.
Superman, my grandpa is going to be very not happy with me for saying this because
no.
I disagree with him on this. If my grandpa watches this, I don't know if he watches this.
Hello,
But-
James Grandpa.
Hello,
Mr. Randall.
Pop
Is that his name?
is his name.
What? Randall still?
What?
Is your grandpa's last name still Randall?
Yeah.
Hello, Mr. Randall. Thanks for watching our podcast.
His first name is actually my middle name, and his middle name is actually my first name.
That's cool.
I swapped them when they birthed me.
Hello.
You got this. You got this. You got this.
Michael.
Michael? You're thinking of Hobbs.
I don't know your middle name. Give me the letter it starts with.
D.
Donald.
Yep. Donald Randall. Oh, I can't even think. I know it's his first name, but I've never called my grandpa Don.
I never
or
call
Donald.
him. Hot take. If you don't. Ooh, hot take.
Oh,
If
he's
you
cooking.
don't call your grandparents Nana and Papa, you don't love them.
That's a hot take. Because the name you call someone doesn't mean whether you love them or not.
That's a hot take.
Well,
if
I
you're-
call
feel like
I
if you're
call my
calling your-
grandpa Pop. So because I don't
Pop.
call him Papa, I don't
Yeah.
love him.
No, not Pop. Like not.
Like if you don't have a nickname
if
for
you
them,
call
you're
them
saying?
on your by the first name, like if you went to your grandma and you said, "What's up, Donald?"
That's my grandma.
Your grandpa. Did I say grandma?
Yeah.
I said grandpa. If you went to your grandma, "Hello, Donald." You either okay.
It'd be weird
either okay.
because I've called him.
Okay, no,
Pop.
better. No, I got a better one. If you don't have, if you call your if you call your
Are you good?
Frick!
Are you good?
If you call your grandparents by their first name,
Uh-huh.
you don't respect them.
I do think it's a sign of respect to have titles for people, but I don't think that just because you don't use this, just maybe I haven't known my grandpa for. Okay, I'm not
I got another
talking
hot
about
take,
me. Okay, wait. Let's get back to
I
the
know,
Marvel versus DC one because I'm not done with that one
Oh, my fault.
because you're wrong.
I don't know. I
'Cause
kind
you're
of just
wrong.
threw that one out there. To be honest.
Do you believe it or no?
I don't know. I think there are. I think superhero to superhero. I think there are some cooler ones. at DC.
There. Okay. First off, you said Flash.
I like Flash. Flash
Okay,
is cool.
Flash is cool. He's a speedster. Marvel also has a speedster, Quicksilver, and he's better than Flash. He's arguably better than Flash.
heard that I'm the fastest man alive.
Yeah, well, Quicksilver's faster. He stops time.
Flash does that.
Just because Quicksilver does it better.
No, yeah.
He's not like all like I don't know.
Yeah,
I
but
think
Flash-
DC has a problem with making their superheroes too overpowered off the bat. And I think Marvel does a good job of making their superheroes strong and like some of them are very strong, very overpowered, but they also have to work for their powers. They don't just like
I
get
think
there.
Spider-Man is cool.
Spider-Man is really cool.
I think Deadpool's cool.
Deadpool's really cool.
That's like the only two I like.
And those are Marvel.
That's the only two I
You don't
like.
like Thor? Thor's cool.
I never cared for Thor.
What about Captain America? Captain
Never
America's
cared for-
awesome.
I never cared for Captain America.
You know, what about Hulk? Hulk is okay. I
Hulk
can see
is
why you-
cool.
Hulk is.
I
I,
like Hulk.
would not have expected that.
But to be honest, I'm gonna name as many Marvels as I know.
Okay.
This is gonna shock you, right? Spider-Man,
Mm-hmm.
Hulk, She-Hulk, Captain America, Thor, Spider-Man, the Sand Hulk, but I don't know his name.
Sand Hulk. Oh, the Thing from Fantastic Four?
I guess.
Okay.
Is that even Marvel? I don't know.
That's Marvel.
And that's literally it. Can't name any more.
Iron Man. You don't know Iron Man?
I know Iron Man. Let me really try to think.
Who's in the Avengers?
Never watched the Avengers.
You never saw... Okay, well, that's your problem.
Never saw Endgame.
You never... That's your problem. That's why you don't think Marvel's better. We need to watch those. Well, we actually need to watch those. Those are...
How many are there?
Critical movies.
We should watch them
Let's
tomorrow
see.
night.
Avengers. There's Avengers. There's Avengers: Age of Ultron. Avengers. There's the Captain America movies. Those are important. Captain America: Civil War. There's Avengers: Infinity War, Endgame.
There's just so many.
Yeah, but guess
There's
what?
just too many.
They're all just good,
There's too many.
and we can watch them. There's like five or
Black
six of them.
Panther. That's
There's like five
all
or
the
six
ones
of
I
them.
know.
We don't have to watch all the extra ones. We can just watch like the
Black
main
Panther.
ones.
That's like all I know. But I got
Superman.
Flash, Superman,
Okay.
Supergirl,
What I was saying,
Batman,
I don't know what
Joker,
happened.
Harley Quinn.
We got off track.
Green Lantern. That's
The-
Marvel. No, it's not.
Green Lantern is DC. Green Lantern is stupid.
Robin. I agree.
Green Lantern
I
is
agree.
stupid.
I agree. Robin.
Sorry, Ryan Reynolds. Green Lantern is
Um.
stupid, bad, terrible. He has a ring, and if he feels heroic, it makes him. Oh, I can squirt out more green energy. It's bad. Superman. The reason I was saying this, we got off track about talking about my grandpa.
We did.
Um,
Hello. Dog.
I don't really like Superman because he's a great role model. He's very strong, and I think being strong is a good role model. He's like a solid dude, but he doesn't have very much character, in my opinion. All he does, he's like the epitome of goodness. There's no complexness to his character. He is also just unkillable. Anytime anyone beats Superman in a fight, it's because he either wasn't trying or they weren't fair to Superman, because he's unbeatable.
That's fair.
He's unkillable. He's bulletproof. The only thing that can stop him is kryptonite, and everybody seems to have kryptonite for no reason. That's why I say the writers are going easy on everybody else. What?
Wonder Woman.
Wonder.
I'm still listing them off.
Oh, Wonder Woman is okay. The Wonder Woman 1984 movie was bad.
My grandpa loves Wonder Woman.
One. Why? Because he wants someone. Okay. All right.
My married grandfather likes Wonder Woman movies.
Wonder Woman is a very good superhero. She has a rope that she can tie people up with.
Okay, next question.
And make them tell the truth.
You're right.
I love you, Wonder Woman. Okay, all right. We're gonna.
Sitting on a beach is the absolute waste of time of vacation.
What?
I so hardly agree with this one.
I don't like going to the beach.
Sitting on the beach. I mean, if you're playing in the sand, maybe. You're a
I
little kid,
don't like the
maybe.
beach because too much sand. There's no point in sitting in the sand when I can just sit in a chair somewhere else.
Superman is one
And
of
I
the
don't
most
like going in the
boring-
ocean because
boring
it's salt
heroes
water
there is.
and there's creatures in there that are not nice to you, and I don't go surfing. That's the only other reason I would go in the ocean is to go surfing.
This one kind of goes kind of in depth and gets a little bit weird, but
Okay.
I don't mind finding hair in my food. It reminds me that a human being made it for me, and I think it's kind of cute.
You agree with that?
I don't agree with all of it. I think finding in my hair food. I don't mind finding hair in my food.
If I find hair in my food, I immediately take it out of my mouth and go gross. But then I keep eating.
That's what I do.
Well, I
Yeah.
feel like I don't like I'd rather not have
I'd
hair in
rather
my food.
not, but I'm just like, and I feel like people like lose their mind over it sometimes.
Yeah, people will lose their. I don't lose my mind over it, but I'm like, that's gross.
Hot take: if you're at a restaurant, and there's a hair in your food.
If I'm at a restaurant,
not
there's
that
hair in
good.
my food,
It's not that
I'm
good.
not going there again.
I would go there again.
I'm not going there
I would
again.
go there again.
Unless it's like really, really good food, and
If it was
I've never had a
McDonald's,
problem with it. No,
I'd go
I'm not,
there.
well, I'm not going to that McDonald's again because I know that if you are a restaurant, there are standards that you don't have when you're at home making food,
Yeah, I mean, I agree.
and there are health standards. And if you are dropping hair into people's food,
And
I'm
I
not
agree.
going there. It
It
means you're
should
not
be-
following
it's
other
not-
health standards.
It's not good, but it's not that big of a deal. It's just, I mean, dude.
It's
just
if
like-
I'm at a restaurant, I don't want hair on my food. I
Take
don't
it
know
out.
where that hair has been.
Keep eating.
I don't know what condition it's been. Apparently, I don't know when the last time they showered was, according to you. So
I guess so.
I don't know what kind of hair it is. Where is it from? Their head, if you're lucky.
Too bad if it's not too curly.
Curly.
What happens if it's too curly? Having a big butt isn't what it's made out to be. Hot take.
It just depends on the person. No, listen.
No, that's
some people like butt. Some people like other things.
That's not what I was gonna say. This might be a hot take, but not might be. Hourglass bodies are stupid.
Really?
That's a hot take.
Why are they stupid?
Because I think I feel like you're normal. It's just like, why should you focus so much on having hourglass body? I think hourglass bodies are less ugly than non-hourglass bodies.
I think that a forced hourglass body looks unnatural, and that's weird.
Yes, I agree with that, and I agree with just.
But I think if you have a naturally hourglass shaped body, it's not bad.
I think that's fine.
It looks good.
Hot take. Really big boobs are just ugly. This is getting crazy.
That's a little crazy. I feel like this is not a topic we want to go in depth.
Probably not, but give your one piece.
Give my.
Do you agree or disagree? That's it.
Yes, I agree.
Okay.
If we're talking about what I think you're talking about.
What do you mean? I said boobs.
You said really big.
How big?
Anything massive, overly sized.
Double D's. So next question.
I don't know the sizes.
I'm
I don't know
familiar.
the sizes. You could say as many letters as you want. I wouldn't know the size. I don't even know if A is bigger than D. I don't know which way the spectrum goes.
Yeah. I
Proof that I never had a girlfriend. Anyway.
Ooh.
This should be the last one.
Possibly, yeah.
Unless
This
we have
one-
a crazy one.
This one I agree with, and you're gonna know why I agree with.
Okay.
Just because. Not missing a single day of school from kindergarten through 12th grade isn't something a kid should be celebrating for. Celebrated for.
That's because you hate school.
It's because I hate school.
And you basically just flunked your way through it.
You should not. Hot
You-
take.
you're-
Another hot take. I have a hot take.
Your mom is amazing, but she just shoved you through school.
I have another hot take.
You could not have passed in public school.
I would not be able. I would be failing in public
Yeah.
school. My teachers would be telling me, you wouldn't be able to do anything in your life.
Yep.
I'd be like, motherfucker, check out my cast, yo. That's what I would say. And I'd flash this to them, and I'd bring out my duck, and I'd throw it at their face.
So you would not pass.
I would
school.
assault my teacher with a duck, yes.
You
what I'm
assault your
saying.
mom with a duck? Is that what happened?
No. Anyway,
Your
here's,
mom was
here's
your
another hot
teacher.
take. Going to school shouldn't be a full-time job.
Okay.
You should not go to school for 6 hours a day, 5 days a week.
I think
It should be 3 days a week.
that there are pros to going to school and there are cons.
It should be 3 days a week.
3 days a week.
Tuesday, Thursday.
I think it should be at least 4.
No, Monday, Wednesday.
least 4 days.
Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and you should have the weekends off.
I think that going to school 5 days a week is good because it teaches you
Ridiculous.
how it's going to be as an adult. When you're an adult and you're going to work 5 days a week, that is something that you are taught at school. You go to a place, you go to a building that you don't necessarily want to be at, but you do anyway because you have the responsibility to
So
do
stupid.
that. And it teaches you that.
I don't.
It builds-
You can learn
it builds that.
just through life.
Not really.
Yes, you can.
Not really.
Yes, you can.
I mean, you can.
I learned that
but
from getting a
it's-
job. I'm like, I have
It's
to be here. so I'm gonna be
easier.
here.
It's easier when you are used to that.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
It never happened to me.
Yeah, because you never went to public school.
Exactly. That's exactly
you
my
don't know.
point. Exactly my
So
point.
you don't know.
No. What? No.
So you don't know.
No, because being at it does not help me with anything.
You don't know.
What do you mean I don't know?
Because you never went. You don't know the difference between yes and no.
No.
And obviously you failed. You didn't get a public school education, so you don't know.
What? I don't need a public school education. I'm saying that I didn't do that, and I'm fine with going to work.
True. But I think that there are
wasn't what I
skills
was
that
trying to
school
say.
teaches you. And it also teaches you how to be sociable.
will say
how to make
that's-
friends.
that is one thing.
How to
I
deal
will
with
say that.
people that are not necessarily nice to you.
I will agree with that.
And
but
that's-
if you go,
I think that being exposed to people who are not necessarily nice to you is actually a good thing.
okay, so you're saying you should do public school.
Hot
over-
take. Hot take.
Do not say public school is better than homeschool.
I'm about to say that. Hot take. A little bit of bullying is not bad for you.
I agree. I will bully my kids.
You're just going to be a bad father. You should not bully your kids. I'm saying
got another hot
a little bit of bullying is not bad because it teaches you toughness and it teaches you to stand up for
I
yourself.
agree.
If you go through
Jesus
your whole
went through suffering. That means you should suffer because you love Jesus.
okay.
I'm kidding.
Actually,
I don't know. But
What does Jesus say? He says, carry your cross.
here it goes. I mean, you can't.
I don't think that you should
I think
intentionally.
this is another.
I don't think you should intentionally make yourself suffer, and I don't think that suffering is good because Jesus suffered.
No.
But I do think that suffering is there, and you shouldn't just get mad at Jesus because you're suffering.
I think suffering is a part of life.
Suffering is, and that's why going to public school and suffering a little bit
So
teaches you what life is like.
But if you had kids, would you send them to public school?
I'd probably send them to private school if I could afford it.
Private school? That's worse.
Well, here's the problem with public
That's
school.
worse. Private school's
Here's the
worse.
problem with public
Private
school.
school's worse.
Let me speak.
Sorry, you're right.
Here's the problem with public school.
Private school's. I'm kidding. Go. Can't.
Here's the problem with public school is the fact that the education system right now is not very good. Hopefully it improves over the next years until I possibly become a father.
Don't say possibly. You definitely will be a father. I believe in you.
We don't know that. I could be a bachelor. I could be such a cool bachelor.
What the crap?
I could be such a cool single guy for the rest of my life.
Drag queen.
Do you know what a drag queen is?
Yeah, it's when you dress up like a girl and you're a man. Four people.
Four people? Okay.
Hot
I
take,
think that the
drag
education
queens are-
system doesn't teach very well. I think the way it teaches is not good. It sits everybody in a room and has them sit and listen to information, and then they have to take tests. It doesn't teach people at their own pace, which, obviously in some cases you do need to be taught at a certain pace, and it's more efficient to teach everybody the same way. But I don't think the aim of public school is to teach everybody what they individually need to be taught. It's to shove everybody through a system, pour as much information on them as possible to give them a certificate that says they graduated high school, and then get them out and send them to college. And there's a lot of indoctrination that should not be there. So that's why I think if you can homeschool your kids, you should homeschool your kids, but you should also expose them to people outside your home. Because if they don't get socialization as a kid, they're not going to know how to socialize as an adult. And that is my 18-year-old opinion of someone who has never had kids. So
You gotta love it. I had like one more. I forgot what it was.
and this will be the last one. Because it's an hour and 4 minutes.
I'll have to also edit a lot out.
Yeah,
Yes.
but right now the recording is at, and that's some time.
I swear. Hot take.
I have a hot take, and then we can end it once you say yours.
Tattoos don't have to have meaning. Tattoos shouldn't have to have. Shouldn't
is
have to have meaning.
Certainly a take, if I've ever heard one.
If you want to get a half smiley face and a half sad face on your face, you should be able to. And it should be. It should have no meaning at all. You'd be like, sometimes, no. I got this because I felt like it.
Guess what?
What?
I disagree.
Why?
However,
You're saying every tattoo. should have
however, I think that it differs for every person. I think that I personally don't agree with that for me, but I also don't think that people should be restricted to only have tattoos that mean things.
meaning. I agree.
And I also don't think that people should be restricted to have tattoos that don't mean things. If someone wants to have tattoos that mean something on them, let them have tattoos that mean something and not tattoos that don't mean anything. I think that it's a matter of personal preference.
I plan on having both.
I can tell.
I
You tell me that. That's basically how I can tell. So you tell me.
I want to get a crocodile moose tattoo.
A crocodile moose?
I really do. A crocodile moose. It's from the Fred movie. It's
I know what it is because you told me.
It's a creature with the head of a crocodile,
The body of a bear and the
body
tail of a
of
moose.
the body of the bear, and the antlers of a moose. It also has the tail of a crocodile.
Isn't that the guy who shows up in the costume and then Fred beats him up
Yeah,
while crossing his eyes and screaming like a child?
yeah, it's a pretty good movie.
I hate that movie.
Yes.
Okay,
it's good.
my hot take to end it off
You should watch it.
is skibbity toilet and brain rot stuff is not as bad as everybody says.
Where the frick did that come from?
Because we had the same type of brain rot stuff when we were kids.
When did you realize
We
it's
had the
just now?
same... What? No.
You've been saying brain rot for like weeks.
What do you mean?
Stupid for weeks. That's what you've been saying. Bird Knot's dumb for weeks.
Well, it is dumb, but at the same time, the stuff that we used to watch was just as dumb.
Yeah.
We used to watch super stupid videos as kids. The memes that we had and the music. It's raining tacos.
It's raining.
Yeah, we
tacos.
have nostalgia. We're like, oh, but that was so
Every
good.
day.
It's a song about tacos falling from the sky.
That's how I feel about Fred.
It's so. How is that less stupid than someone's head in a toilet saying, "Skibbity dop dop dop, yes yes, skibbity whatever."
I think Stupid Toilet is still more dumb.
How?
'Cause it just is.
Then
Cause
it's raining tacos.
Because Raining Tacos is a song. It's a funnier song about tacos.
One of the
raining from
biggest
sky.
memes. When I
Skibbity
was,
Toilet is a man's head in a toilet.
one of the biggest memes I had as a kid that I would see is a green alien twerking and singing random like Indian or Spanish lyrics or whatever.
The green alien, like with that.
The one who like twerk and like move weird.
Yeah,
That was like a big meme.
that was.
Our memes were just as bad, just as stupid. Phantom Tax, Kai Cenat, Rizzler. These are just recycled words that we used to say dumb. People used to say swag.
Swag is good. That's a good word.
Because it's okay, swag is gone. If you say something is swag now, you're old. I'm sorry.
I say swag.
You do not say swag.
Yes, I do.
I've never heard you say
Sometimes
swag.
I say swag.
Unironically.
Sometimes I'll say it to myself. That's pretty swag. No, I don't. Actually, I don't. I don't.
Yeah, take that back.
I say dope.
Yeah, dope is a good
I said dope.
dope is a good word.
Dog a lot.
Dog is falling out of it. It's sad. Dog is dying.
How is dog dying?
I still use it because I want it to survive, but dog is dying.
Oh, you meant like.
The word.
Oh, I thought you meant like
Like your dog.
as us.
No. Dog.
I thought you were like
Dog
dog
as
is
a
dying.
word, the term is. I feel like it's falling out. I feel like in the next like 5 years, it's gonna be gone. Nobody's gonna be saying dog anymore.
We gotta keep saying dog forever.
We're gonna be old.
So
We're gonna be old men saying old
cares?
terms. I want to be the cool grandpa who's not. He's not an unk. He's a freaking whatever they say in the future. See, that's again. See, I just said a word that the kids say. The kids. I feel old already. I'm 18, 19. I'm not.
18,
I just
19.
forgot I was 19.
I'm gonna be 19. I'm gonna be 20 next year. You think
I'm gonna be 20
You'll
next
be
year.
20 next year.
I just said a word. Unk. Unk. Such a word. That
Uncle-o.
Gen A
Blech.
says. And it's like they have these terms and they have these words that they come out with, and I feel like if we just sit here and say they're all stupid, we're just becoming the old geriatric people who are like, cryptocurrency, freaking video games make people violent.
Yeah. Not Mortal Kombat.
You gotta. I feel like if I get old and I just like cling to the things of the past and I don't understand the things of the future, I'm gonna get left behind.
I don't think you can cling to things about. I don't think you have to not understand stuff in the future.
You can
can
look
still
at
say
things in the
dog.
past
Snoop
with
Dogg's
nostalgia
dog
and
is
say that's good, but you
dog.
also have to let stuff go. You can't stay saying swag forever.
Maybe not. Maybe dog will die someday, but right now it's still strong.
Right now it's still strong and we can say it and it's cool and we won't get laughed at. I can say, dog, what's up, dog?
I say dog all the time.
Hey.
Oh, I got another hot take.
What's up, Doc?
That's Doc, not dog.
Doc. You don't know that one?
Doc.
You don't know what's up, Doc?
I know what's up, Doc, but you
What is
said it's the Bugs Bunny.
Okay.
Hot take: Bugs Bunny is dumb.
Freaking like, thank you, Jesus, that he knows what that is.
Hot take: Bugs Bunny is not good.
You don't think Looney Tunes is good?
Okay, Looney Tunes is pretty good.
Okay.
I have another hot take.
I was scared there for
I
a
have a
second.
hot take.
What?
Calling. Ooh. I have two hot takes.
What's your hot takes?
Being a parent and having your kids call you yes sir and no, no sir, or yes ma'am, no ma'am, whatever, is just stupid. It's a sign of useless respect. That doesn't
You should
need
have
show.
respect for your parents.
You should, but you shouldn't have to show respect.
The Bible says to honor your father
yes,
and
but
mother.
you shouldn't have to have respect from saying yes sir and no sir, or yes
Why?
ma'am and no sir. I think it's stupid.
Why?
Because I feel like you can show respect in actions instead of forcing your kids to say yes sir and no sir before they have to ask you something. Can you take the trash out? Yes, sir. Or can you take the trash out? Yes, I can. What? I didn't hear yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's so stupid. I would
You
not.
probably
grow-
just weren't raised that way.
would
I was
not
raised to
grow
say
up.
yes, sir, as a little kid, and yes, ma'am.
You don't think it's stupid now
Not really.
to say to your parents? Maybe not necessarily stupid.
I
just
I,
like
I wouldn't
annoying.
say yes, sir, and yes, ma'am to my mom and dad now because I'm an adult.
I know. Saying yes, sir, and
But when you're a kid, when you're like 6 years old, yeah,
no. You
because it's a sign of respect.
I would say them. I would say it to other people.
No, I think some people can go overboard with it. I think some people can be like, anytime you address me, you must say yes, sir. I think that's a little crazy, and I think that puts a wedge between you and your kid.
I agree with that.
But I think that when you tell your kid to do something, it's appropriate for them to be like, yes, sir.
No.
Go take the trash out. Yes, sir.
Okay, I feel like there's no.
It's just like, I
feel like
guess it's
saying-
more normal to me than it is to you. Because I used to always say it. and
I
it's-
guess so.
It rolls off the tongue
That's
more
why
for
it's
me.
a
And
hot
you're
take.
like, yes, sir. And you
I
think
could
it's weird.
say yes, sir, without I can.
No,
say
but I mean, like, I'm used to saying it. I grew up saying that, and it's not a problem.
I grew up
for
saying
me.
it too, and I still say it now, just not to my parents. I say it to other
Well, yeah.
people.
Yeah, you're like your
until I-
boss.
until I grow respect to them. I don't say it to my boss anymore.
You don't say yes, sir to your boss?
No,
That's interesting.
that was my second hot take.
That's interesting.
That was my second hot take too. But I'm not done with
So you
this
just don't like authority.
No,
is what
it's
you're
not
saying.
that. I'm gonna explain why I
I'm
don't
kidding.
like that in a second. But I feel like just having your kids say yes or all that crap or whatever just automatically puts a barrier. Not even the over exaggerated part.
What about when your kid's a little kid?
No, it should be. You shouldn't have to. I will teach them to say yes sir and no sir, yes ma'am and no ma'am, to other people, like maybe.
Why should they respect
my
other adults more than you?
They can show respect to me without saying yes sir or no sir. I think saying yes sir and no sir.
How
is
would
like,
they show
I think-
respect to you?
I think
without
saying
saying
yes sir and no sir to your parents is like an old-fashioned way to show respect to your parents. You show respect to your parents now. You just listen to them and take the trash out. Okay, let's take
So
the trash out.
why
Or-
would they have to say yes sir and no sir to other people if they can show respect in their actions to other people?
Because I think it's. I mean, I think
If
it's.
it's old fashioned.
I think it is respectful, but I think it's just annoying to have your parents make you say it to them. I think it is respectful. I mean, I agree.
I think it's a good way to show respect, and I think that little kids should respect their parents and older kids. But like, I think that it's more important for little kids because it teaches them from a younger age.
I think so. Yes, too. But I wouldn't want them to say it to me. I would feel weird them saying yes or no.
You can also just not have them say that, but I don't think you should say that for every kid and every parenting thing.
Maybe not. That's why it's a hot take.
True. And it's a hot take because
I think.
I think the hot take is more so you saying that everybody should do that.
I
Because you
guess.
said
I'm not saying
you
every
said
time-
that you
more- I'm
said
saying
that
more so me.
kids saying yes sir no sir is stupid, and that
No,
you don't
I didn't
think
say
they
that.
should
I
say
said kids. I said parents making their kids say yes sir or no sir to
that.
them is stupid.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah, and so
I think you should.
so you're saying that about every parent,
I guess so.
and I
But,
think that's
I mean-
why there's a hot take there. Because if you just said I wouldn't make my kids do that, that wouldn't be really a hot take.
I guess so. But I think the way I would teach my kids is to say yes sir, no sir, yes sir, no to other people, because you should show respect to them because you don't know them like right off the bat, and I think it does have a sign of respect. But I think saying it to your parents and more so them forcing you to say it to them is just weird.
I
And
think
it's just
as a kid you
annoying.
should respect your parents more than other random adults, and so therefore you should say yes sir because or yes ma'am because it's a sign of respect. And if you don't say it to your parents but you say it to other adults, it means you don't respect your parents as much as other adults.
I respect my parents more than other adults. I don't say yes sir, no sir to them.
But you don't say yes sir no sir to random adults.
Yes, I do.
Like you're walking by next to someone on Walmart and they're like, "Hey, can you hold this for me while I tie my shoe?" You say, "Yes, sir." No, you'd be like, "Sure."
Yeah, I'll say sure. It
Yeah.
depends.
To random adults. You don't say yes, sir, to random adults
Yeah,
unless you are intentionally trying to show respect to them.
I guess more so.
And if you're intentionally trying to show respect to your mom and dad, you probably say yes, sir.
I would say yes on my
I mean, you don't really
forever.
show very much respect to your
I
parents
do
anyway.
too. I do too.
Okay, I'm being dumb.
I don't know. I just think it's annoying and weird to have
Yeah.
your kids.
That's
say-
a take.
I
that
have
is a take
one
indeed.
last one.
Okay, last one.
I think this is gonna be another one, basically almost the same thing, so it should be quicker. Anyway, saying yes sir and no sir and yes ma'am and no ma'am to the same person over and over again is annoying as well. Like and I don't say yes.
You
sir.
would suck in the military. Oh
I
my gosh,
don't-
you'd be a terrible soldier.
Thank you. I don't say yes sir
It's not
and
a
no
compliment.
sir and yes ma'am and no ma'am to any of my managers at work and any of my bosses, which is 2 and 2. They're both 2. Reasons number 1 and 2 why I don't say yes sir and yes ma'am to my managers is 1, they're both. I mean, not they're both. McKenna's only like 20, so like they're my age, which is not necessarily an excuse. It's just I don't know. I feel like saying yes sir or no sir to somebody younger than you, and she's not younger than me, but saying younger than you or like the same age is weird. And I feel with Diana, the main reason I don't do it to them is because they're my friends. Like I view them as my friends. If I were to say yes sir to you, that'd be weird.
That'd be weird.
Yeah, because you're my friend.
Yeah,
best friend. But still, it would be weird, and I don't know. It'd be dumb. I think I said yes, ma'am, to Diana once. That's the first time I met her at Legends. That's so weird. I came in one day. I came in my first day, and I was like,
yes, sir.
Hello. I said, yes, ma'am. I said, hello. And she's like, are you here for your first day? And I said, yes, ma'am. And she's like, crap. She just said crap. And apparently there wasn't a manager there. So I had to wait. Yeah, that's the only time I think I ever did.
Okay.
And that's like maybe the first time. Anyway, but yeah. And I don't do it to Dan because I feel like I'm past the point where like he knows that I respect him to where I don't have to say yes, sir to him. When I first started the job and in the interview, I said yes, sir. Probably for the first week or so, I said yes, sir. And then I like slowly let it off because it's like I respect him and I view him as a friend still. And I feel like there's no need to like always say yes, sir to him because he knows like.
I think it depends on your relationship to the person.
I think my relationship with bosses is good.
I think when you say sir to somebody, you're submitting to their authority.
I just still submit to his authority. I mean, I do what he tells me to do, but I just feel like always saying yes, sir, is like.
It also depends on like how they want you to address them. Because I've had bosses that have told me not to call them sir, and I'm like, okay, and that's a sign of respect. Me and then not calling them sir.
I don't think my boss would care what anybody calls him, but I feel like
I said, you would not be good in the military.
I would be good
because one of the biggest things in military is showing respect to people above you. And being shown respect to those below you in rank.
Yep, I agree. What was I gonna say? I feel like me and my boss have like a goofy, like non-serious, playful relationship, and like I feel like there's no point to say.
You would not survive in the military.
What? Yes, I could if I wanted to. I can't say yes sir or no sir. If
non-serious and goofy, playful relationship. That does not sound like
boss,
soldiers at all.
Not with a soldier.
Okay.
You ever met a soldier that was funny?
Yes.
Exactly.
What do they do when frickin' captain comes around?
That's because you're forced to. If Dan wanted me to call him yes sir, I would.
Huh?
If Dan wanted me to call him yes sir, I would. Like if he said, "Hey, can you address me?"
That's probably different. But like,
you can address me as yes sir. I'd be like,
I don't know.
Yes sir.
I don't think it's stupid to call people sir and ma'am.
I don't think it's
if you're showing respect.
I don't think it's stupid, like when you're first starting off, but I feel like once you get to know them and stuff, I view people as friends a lot quicker than I think that other people do. Like I consider Dan my friend. I consider Dan like he's my.
I would
my
consider
buddy.
Jeff my boss, and I know that I'm very I am closer with him than I would be just like my boss at McDonald's because like whatever. But like, I would still consider him my boss above all else.
I mean, I do consider him my boss, but I mean, I feel like Dan is still like my little buddy, my little guy, my.
Interesting.
I don't know. Like he has authority over me. If he tells me to do something, I have to do it. I'm not gonna be like, no, I'm not gonna do that. I think I did that once. I think I like joked him like no, and then got it. But it just depends on what type of mood he's in, what type of crap, or what. But for the most part, I'm at the level of Dan. I'm at the level with Dan where I don't call him sir anymore because I just view him as a friend for the most part. I mean, he's still my boss, but as a friend.
Interesting.
Does that make sense, or am I just ridiculous?
I don't think you're ridiculous. I don't think that's necessarily the most normal thing, though.
What makes it not normal?
Because usually a boss is a boss. And you can be friendly with your boss, but you're not usually friends with your boss. They say don't date your boss. Obviously, you're not going to date Dan. But, like, they say don't date your boss because there's a power dynamic there.
What do you mean a power dynamic? What?
He is your boss.
And he is.
Yeah. You shouldn't date your boss because there's a weird power dynamic there.
Not dating my boss.
That's what I'm saying. You're not, but that's a rule. That's like a standard. You don't date your boss. There's not a problem because you and Dan aren't gay, but I'm saying like
so.
in general, you shouldn't date your boss.
I mean, yeah, you shouldn't. That'd be weird.
You honestly shouldn't probably date people from work at all.
That was one. There was one that I forget. I saw it. It was like something about coworkers dating. That shouldn't or something like that.
I don't think coworkers should date. I think you can date someone and then work at the same job as that person afterwards. I don't think that's as big of a problem. But I think meeting someone at work and then dating them is different. I don't think you should do that because
I don't know. I think it depends.
Because
as long as you're,
I'm not saying like any of those relationships that happen, can't work out, and that relationships that happen because of that are not good. But I don't think it's like the best idea because it puts a weird power dynamic on the relationship. One of them is above the other, and you shouldn't be above each other when you're dating.
above each other. What do you mean above each other?
You shouldn't put one person above the other. Now, there are some people who say that wives should submit to their husband's authority, but I think that it's not that I think that's for specific things. Like, for instance, biblically, wives submit to your husbands. It's a Bible verse. Wives, and I believe that's true because it's in the Bible, and I believe the Bible is true. And that you should listen to the Bible. Wives, submit to your husbands. I think that's good in like big decisions, but I also think that husbands should love their wives and take their wives' input. I don't think that husbands should just be like, well, I'm above you, so I don't have to listen to anything you say, and I make all your, I choose everything that happens with you, you know.
Because that wouldn't be free will.
Because that wouldn't be the wife submitting for one reason. It'd be the husband forcing it on the wife.
Yeah, and
also the Bible also says that the wife is a ruler of the household, and that she, determines that. And I think that men and women are different, and I think that they're not unequal. I think that they are equal but different, equal in value but different in ability. If that makes sense.
I agree.
Yeah.
This duck is looking right at.
We had some hot takes. This episode was controversial.
Controversial, so controversial. The camera cut out.
No, it didn't. It's still going. Look.
It's still going, but it lost focus.
Oh. It didn't want to look at us because we were saying crazy things about men and women. Yeah, this is a controversial episode, but that's the best part about hot takes. Why are you putting your mic next to my mic?
Let's switch mics.
What?
So
okay,
this is you have.
I don't like this. This is strange.
I think it's great.
This is bad.
You have a great day, great morning, great afternoon, great happy birthday,
1
happy birthday,
a.m. for us.
Happy birthday, and I got work tomorrow. Happy birthday! I might stay up all night. Hot take.
Why are we saying happy birthday?
It's somebody's birthday.
Hot take is not someone's
Hot
birthday.
take. Somebody's gonna say it's their birthday. Put in the comments if it's your birthday.
Don't lie.
Happy birthday. Don't lie.
Do not lie.
Yeah, you better not lie.
I'll know.
Simeon, I'm watching you. Happy birthday.
Okay.
What?
I don't know.
Happy birthday.
Yep.
Happy not Easter. That was a little bit ago. Happy anniversary. Happy death day to your loving.
What?
Happy death day to your loving, caring lover or somebody.
What? You're saying that people's significant others are gonna die?
No, I'm saying if somebody that you love died on this day, I'm sorry, and I hope that may God be with you, and y'all have a great day.
Take my mic back. Don't be saying those stuff into my mic.
What the frick is wrong with you?
Nothing. Something's wrong with you.
No, it's not.
Anyway,
you have. Well, I'm by the way over here. Well, I'm gonna break everything.
okay. What are you doing?
Bye.
Bye.